Hey man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy back again with another man. And video, man. It's the last one. It should be the last one of the day. So yeah. So this is kill time. You know what I'm saying? Kill time, TTK, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? We'll be rocking on 150 health. I don't know. I'll gladly rock the 150 health. That's what I'm just getting used to now. Warzone, but you be shooting forever. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no problem with that. But hey, subscribe. This is by exclusive Ace. You know what I'm saying? Last video of the day, man. Subscribe to both channels. You know what I'm saying? Go crazy, man. Let's get into this 12-minute video, man.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and today I wanted to have a conversation about time to kill in Black Ops 6. The first thing I'll do is share an analysis of the time to kill based on the very limited clips that we have from the Black Ops 6 reveal event. Keeping in mind, it's not necessarily going to be a perfect representation of the time to kill we see in the full game, but it may actually give us at least a bit of an indication of the direction they're going in. And then I just wanted to discuss my thoughts on time to kill and which direction I would like to see them go in. So let's start it off with that time to kill analysis. And again, I have a couple disclaimers to point out here. First off, I was only able to confidently figure out the time to kill for 3 weapons in the game because throughout the entire reveal, they were very selective as far as what they showed, especially when it came to first-person clips shooting enemy players. While there were plenty of weapons that you can identify,
I'll say it's
from the
150.
reveal,
I'll say it's
most
150.
of those were in third person. And if you guys have missed that video, I've actually done a video picking out every single gun I was able to identify from the reveal event. Unfortunately, like I said, from all these clips, I was only able to confidently find the time to kill of 3 different guns. So of course, we're obviously not getting like time to kill averages across entire weapon classes, but it could definitely point to at least the style of time to kill that they're aiming for, since Call of Duty, lately at least, tends to pick one of 2 time to kill styles. Also, obviously, I'm not able to do perfect time to kill testing because I don't have the game in my hands. I'm just doing frame by frame analysis of what was given to us, which is also limited at 60 FPS, so it's not like these numbers are necessarily 100% perfectly accurate, but at the same time, I was careful to pick clips and guns that I was able to get some fairly confident testing in, given the situation. And diving right in, the gun that we see used the most in first person throughout this reveal is the Ames 85. In fact, most of the full auto kills that we see in first person are with this gun, and I was able to calculate the rate of fire at roughly 750 rounds per minute, and after analyzing a bunch of different clips, it appears this is going to be a 5-shot kill to the body, and therefore our time to kill potential to the body with this is 320 milliseconds. Then after that, we got a couple nice clips using an LMG killing an enemy player. This is what's leaked to be called the AR-10 in-game, and with this one, it actually has...
It was somebody behind them. So it was 2 people getting shot at, so I'll say like 4 shotgun right there. 4 to 5 shotgun right there.
A fairly slow rate of fire at 558 rounds
oh, it's slow.
Minute. However,
it might be a 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4
shot kill to the body based on a couple clips that I saw.
2,
and
3,
that would give us a
4.
time to kill potential of 215 milliseconds.
1, 2, 3. You see that person behind
him
him shoot, so that was 4 shots in total, but he shot 3 bullets.
This reveal, and it does appear to be one of the SIG
2,
SG
3
models. My
headshots.
guess is this is going to be called like the SWAT 556 in game, like we've seen in previous
2, 3,
Black Ops titles, just for consistency's
4,
sake.
5.
And with this one, it does appear that we will have a 1 burst kill potential, although in one of the clips that I'm using here, they were all headshots, so maybe you do need a bunch of headshots to get a 1 burst kill or a 3-shot kill. But in either case, I was able to calculate our rate of fire within each burst to be around 553 rounds per minute, which is quite slow for a burst gun. And then there's a pretty long burst delay at about 200 milliseconds as well. So time to kill wise, with this rate of fire, it would actually make sense for this to have a 3-shot kill potential to the body, or maybe just make it so you have to land 1 headshot mixed in, for instance, because in that case, our time to kill potential is 217 milliseconds. So there we go, that's that first little time to kill analysis I was able to do here. And again, just a reminder, I understand this isn't totally perfect, and it is just meant to give us maybe a rough indication, since guns do tend to fall within a range. But let's have a look at a comparison, looking at the assault rifle time to kill that I was able to calculate versus the average assault rifle time to kill in the maximum damage range in previous Call of Duty games. And based on what we're seeing here at least, the time to kill potential I was able to calculate on that one gun falls right around the range of the time to kill we saw in Black Ops Cold War, which is also fairly comparable to Modern Warfare 3. Then with the LMG, it's a pretty similar story here. You can see our time to kill potential falls roughly in that Cold War range, Although it looks like it's actually a little bit faster here, but who knows? Maybe this is going to be one of the faster killing LMGs in the game, for instance. But it is worth noting this appears to be very noticeably faster than Modern Warfare 3, and I'm hoping we see that with LMGs. I feel like that's something we've lost with LMGs in recent years.
BO4, all the guns hit slow as shit.
Very noticeably faster than something like an assault rifle, but of course, in order to balance that, you have significantly slower handling and mobility. In recent years, it seems like LMGs are just slower handling assault rifles that have a very similar time to kill potential, but maybe a little more range, and then noticeably worse handling and mobility stats, so they never really stand out. I'd like to see LMGs stand out in their role, and perhaps this is an indication that we're going to be seeing that this time around. But with just one gun to look at here.
Nobody really used LMGs in MW3. Like, for real, like, you might see a the only thing you probably gonna see is a DG 58, bro. That's the only thing you really see. And you might see a Pelham once in a while, but really that DG 58, that's the only thing you probably gonna see, bro.
Here, it's definitely too early.
I see you bust out a rail. Sure. I know you straight ass.
The burst gun, I'm not going to plot that anywhere here just because I don't have a burst gun time to kill analysis from previous Call of Duty games already set up. But overall, based on this rough analysis, it does appear our time to kill potential in Black Ops 6 is probably going to be pretty similar to Black Ops Cold War. Although there is still one big question here, and this is how they handle body multipliers. Unlike Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer in recent years, Treyarch doesn't tend to use a bunch of different body multipliers and having different...
And I feel like that's the reason why, because all the guns feel good. Am I lying? Like Black Ops, Cold War, all the guns feel damn near good. I ain't gonna lie. Like the AUG, M16, LC10, what's the OTS? All the, even though like the OTS, it had low damage, it shot fast enough to make up for that damage. So all the guns feel good. If all the guns feel good, you probably don't need no headshot multiplier or no body multipliers. You know?
Damage to the leg versus the lower torso versus the upper torso versus the arm. Instead, Treyarch tends to keep things very simple when it comes to that, at least for like the regular full auto guns, where they have one damage value to the body and one damage value to the head, with maybe just a few exceptions mixed in there. And then, of course, with things like sniper rifles, those will have very different body multipliers. So that is another big question that's up in the air, and that I obviously won't be able to tell you until I actually have the game in my hands to test properly. But honestly, I do kind of prefer that simple approach just for consistency's sake.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting someone in the body, I want it to take a very consistent number of shots to kill, whereas if I'm shooting in the head, then I do get that bonus damage because I'm aiming at a smaller target.
Right.
And then, of course, I am open to certain guns being balanced with different body multipliers if it makes sense for that style.
I'll say go head, chest, legs. Simple as hell. Three types, so you get a multiplier. I say like a 0.25 multiplier or 0.10, 0.15, something like that. Nothing too crazy. Chest, regular, legs probably a little lower because you shouldn't be aiming at the legs anyway.
Of a weapon, like for marksman rifles, for instance, or sniper rifles. So I am curious to see how they end up handling that for Black Ops 6. Next, let's just dive into the conversation of having a faster versus a slower time to kill in a Call of Duty game, and which style I would prefer Black Ops 6 to lean toward. Keeping in mind, I'm talking about this within the context of what we tend to see in Call of Duty games, especially more recent Call of Duty games, not the old ones that had stopping power involved.
Yeah.
And the difference between the faster time to kill style and the slower time to kill style is often just down to one bullet on average to kill. So just as an example, with a Call of Duty game that has a faster time to kill, like the most recent Modern Warfare 2 for instance, the slow rate of fire assault rifles tend to kill with 3 shots to the body up close, and the faster firing ones will kill in 4 shots to the body up close. Whereas when we're looking at the slower style of time to kill, it tends to just be 1 additional bullet. So the slower rate of fire assault rifles will kill in 4 bullets, and the faster rate of fire assault rifles will kill in 5 bullets up close.
To the body,
So when I say fast or slow, I'm not talking about a massive discrepancy of several bullets to kill. It's a fairly minor difference, but it can have a pretty big impact on how the game plays. And honestly, I've always said this, I just find there are pros and cons to each style of time to kill, and I'm honestly fine adapting to either one. On the one hand, with the faster style of time to kill, it tends to make multi-kills a lot easier, so if you get the jump on 3 enemy players, for instance, you have a much better chance of killing all 3 of those players before any of them can react and shoot back properly, compared to a slower time to kill, where it's going to take you a bit longer to kill each of them, and therefore the odds that at least one of them will be able to react and fight back are going to be much higher with a slower time to kill. Additionally, with a faster time to kill, it makes balancing one-shot kill weapons so much easier. It's a lot less frustrating frustrating to die to a one-shot kill weapon if your full auto gun is capable of killing them in 3 to 4 bullets rather than 4 to 5 bullets. And then another upside or downside, it kind of depends on who you ask here, with a faster time to kill potential, is it puts more emphasis on positioning, since taking someone off guard will give them little to no time to react with a fast time to kill. Whereas on the flip side of that, other people would argue that they prefer more of an emphasis on mechanical skill or gun skill, which is what a slower time to kill potential will provide, since you now have to track targets for a longer period of time, you have to control recoil a bit more, and you have much more of an opportunity to implement evasion into your fights as well. So it's a bit more dynamic, there's a bit more going on there, compared to a faster time to kill where there's a lot less time to react and really do anything, you just have to get your shots off as quickly as possible. Now additionally, for the upsides of a slower time to kill potential in Call of Duty, in my experience at least, this tends to encourage movement a bit more. And the simple reason behind this is if you do get caught by somebody that's just camping in a corner, for instance,
you can get the hell out the way,
and you have really good gun skill relative to that player that's just sitting in a corner, generally those types of players don't have the greatest gun skill, you have a much better chance of fighting back and potentially winning that gunfight through superior gun skill. Therefore, you can feel much more comfortable moving around the map knowing that you have a good opportunity of taking those players out still. Also, even just like crossing a street, for instance, moving from one piece of cover to the next, with a slower time to kill, you can feel a lot more confident that you'll be able to make that move without getting...
I'll say this, Vanguard had 100, MW 2019 had 100, and NW2, numero, I don't care, that boo-boo game. Yeah, they all had 100, and he was dying hella fast. Like, MW 2019, I was going crazy because people was dying hella fast. Like, especially if you shoot somebody in the back in 20 and MW3, you could probably, if they boo-boo, you know what I'm saying, get the you know what I'm saying? But if it's at 100, it do lead, if you shoot somebody in the back, you will kill them instantly. They can't even, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Type, you know what I'm saying? But with the long one, there is more room for mistakes and shit like that. If your gun not like that good up close, that's when you you start panicking. Now you missing, you know what I'm saying? Or you can get outplayed just by having a little bit of that health where you start missing anyway. But yeah, I feel like 150 probably good, you know what I'm saying? 150 fast. I wouldn't even say fast. I'll say somewhere in the middle, because I don't want it too slow to where we feel like look at this. You know what I'm saying? I'll say in the middle, 150, make it somewhat fast, but not too fast. Really, I don't even know.
Insta-melted, like you might experience with a faster time to kill, where it's scarier to move from one piece of cover to the other, so therefore you're just going to stay on that piece of cover. So like I said, there's pros and cons to both of those styles. I'm totally fine with either one. And it does appear, based on my very limited analysis here, that we are going to be seeing that slightly slower style of time to kill for a Call of Duty game, roughly similar to Black Ops Cold War. And with this, I'm got no problem. My one big concern is how they end up balancing one-shot weapons. And from an interview a little while back, I'm actually a little bit nervous about this, because when asked about sniper balance, Matt responded that at least at the time, all of their sniper rifles are a one-shot kill to the torso and up. And then they'll have different characteristics to balance, like slow rate of fire, fast fire, or recoil. And I've got to say, especially if they're going with that slower time to kill route, I'm very nervous about this statement. I definitely think our one-hit kill zones with sniper rifles should be a balancing factor. So if you have a quick scoping style sniper with a really fast aim down sight time relative to the others, you should have to be more precise with your shot and hit upper torso or
that's
head,
what they said.
It's
gonna be upper torso.
Whereas on the flip side, if you have a really slow firing, slow aim down sight sniper rifle, then I'm totally fine with that getting a one-shot kill anywhere in the body. So I'm definitely curious to see how they end up handling this. Hopefully it's something they're willing to make some adjustments to if needed. I mean, at this stage, especially when that interview took place, which is right around the time of the reveal, it's still super early on for things like weapon balancing. A lot of that stuff could change. We've got a beta coming up, and with that beta, I'm sure they will be taking some feedback on that. So if the one-shot kill weapons are overperforming relative to the average time to kill in the game, then I really hope we see some adjustments, just so we don't see a full year of one-shot kill weapons dominating. In either case, that is going to wrap it up for today's video, talking all
Let me know what y'all think about it.
I
think the Cold War shit was fine. Black Ops 4 shit was fine. You was getting one tap, but not really on Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 had a good, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was shooting each other back. But those snipers hot ass. I ain't gonna lie. Outlaw, doodoo. So yeah, Cold War. I feel like Cold War just raised it a tad bit up from Cold War. One shot. That's the one thing I'm worried about too. One shot weapons, because if it's slow, but a one shot, you know what I'm saying, like a sniper, a pistol, bow, and you dead. Like that's the one way you don't want to die, because you shooting all these bullets into them, and then you get one tap. That's yeah. So yeah, I'll say take the slow route, but make sure all the weapons good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's kind of hard. I'll say fast, because you got to come back to one shot weapons. You know what I'm saying? So like sniper, say if I can blitz you with an AR and you can blitz me with a sniper and they like this, I'm fine. Because they said torso up, one shot weapon with a sniper. So I'm probably fine with that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make all the guns, you know what I'm saying? Make it like Black Ops 2. You know what I'm saying? Every gun was good as hell. You know what I'm saying? Even the Chica, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even the Chica. But I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, yeah. But I'm out of here. Let me know what y'all think. Peace, man.